The tattoo. Is it a form of individuality or simply another contemporary fashion trend? Throughout this show, we will be talking to body artists Greg Ward and Karen Smith.
The alternative, I suppose, and decorate their shelves.
We give an insight into the tattoo culture in Ireland today and investigate whether public opinion leans towards positive thinking.
You can do whatever you want with your own body, like it's your body to do what you want with.
Can make people look different and something different than the norm.
Or sways towards the negative.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of regret about tattoos.
People are still prejudiced.
But first, let's take a brief look at where tattoos originated. Tattoos are victims of their own nature. The nature of a tattoo is to label yourself with a mark that is permanent and has some underlying symbolism. Gangs and gang members took this principle and brought it to their lifestyle by labeling themselves with their gang's symbols or beliefs. This gangland subculture is one of the main reasons why tattoos are frowned upon today. However, these days tattoos seem to be losing this stigma. Tattoo artists Karen Smith and Greg Ward from Wildcat on Jervis Street give us their opinion on why tattoos are so popular in today's society.
Being cool, people just want to be cool.
And
I
they
think
want to be alternative, I suppose, and decorate their shells, as I'd say, and decorate their bodies, trying to be different.
A lot of it's celebrity based though.
Yeah,
It's such a huge, in the last couple of years, all these celebrity magazines and everything. And you see it every time. Like, I don't know how many times we've been asked for Rihanna stars or that Cheryl Cole tattoo. It's just, people see it in the magazine, just very impressionable.
We do try to talk them out of it, of course, and
they just want it.
So why do the public think tattoos are so popular?
Yeah, I think it's just become a bit more acceptable now, with shows like Miami Ink, and that's kind of opening people's eyes.
A lot of people have just kind of realised that it's not a crime thing, it's not at all, like that it's an art form and that, you can do whatever you want with your own body, like it's your body to do what you want with, and so why not decorate it with like pictures and stuff, I suppose.
I presume they've just become more fashionable and more visible in the media.
Because people just want a sense of individuality, but I think they've been a victim of their own success. Now everyone has them and they're no longer a mark of an individual.
To do with style also, people just get it like to fit in and stuff.
Yeah.
People like to express themselves, and if you can express yourself through a tattoo, why not?
Personally, I think you see dudes on TV and magazines and it looks cool, and you forget about the culture behind it and what it used to mean, and now it's like you're in a midlife crisis or you're trying to impress a chick and you get a tattoo.
But there can be certain drawbacks with having tattoos.
Generally, it's just kind of shop policy. We wouldn't tattoo people like hands, neck, face, or anything like that, unless they're very heavily tattooed. Because they go, oh, why not? It's like, like I'm okay, I'm a piercer, I've got a job, I can look to whatever way I want. But if you go and try and get a job in like 5 years with a kind of faded out tattoo in your hand, it's not going to look very good.
Yeah, you go for interviews, there's such a stigma, I think, still attached to tattooing, but it's not too bad now. But 10 years ago, when I first started like tattooing, you were just looked at like I wouldn't say a freak, but they would think that you were a criminal.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You were like,
especially
you must be
invisible,
involved
they can see,
with something illegal, if you had tattoos.
But do the general public take their jobs into account when getting a tattoo?
Look, it's exactly like maybe the clothes you wear.
Personally, I'd never get anything on my hands or too visible. Like one of mine can be shown with a small collar.
Yeah, none of my tattoos are visible, even in short sleeve. That's for a job, yeah.
I think you do have to be very careful, but I mean, if you get it placed slightly upwards rather than directly in a wrist, a shirt will cover it, or a wristband.
I guess if you're going for like your regular ass job, then yeah, it's gonna matter. Like, people are still prejudiced.
I think it would depend on the nature of the job. I mean, if you were going into court, maybe you wouldn't want to be represented by a barrister covered in them. It depends if someone's working in the media or in fashion or something. It probably is very much part of the current image.
Just as if you go in for a job interview in a bank, you're not going to go in wearing a bikini, are you?
We ask WrestleMania owner Niall Hogan what employers think of visible tattoos.
I presume they all have their own sort of ideas on it, but some of them may have a problem with it. But I think it's becoming more mainstream and it's becoming more acceptable that people have tattoos and stuff like that. It would depend on like how extreme the tattoo is and the sort of message it's putting across. Well, it's less underground now. It's more like nearly on every street corner now you have tattoo parlours and stuff like that, and they've become more regulated, and it's become a cleaner sort of process.
While it's now a cleaner process, tattoos are permanent. So are there many regrets?
Originally, I regretted them because the original tattoos I got, like, sort of, everyone goes through the whole Superman symbol and things, that sort of thing. But then I got them covered up eventually with tribal tattoos, and most of I have about 12 tattoos on my body, but most of the tattoos I have are portraits of my kids and my wife and my mother. And yeah, they're meaningful tattoos.
Yeah, I know loads of people have them and they regret them, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of regret about tattoos, especially when you're saying, I love Freddie.
Yeah.
You don't love Freddie anymore.
I regret the one that I can't see, which means I don't really regret it. It's on my back in between my shoulder blades.
No, most likely. Not me, I probably would though. Like, I'll get a tattoo now because I'm young and like, oh, tattoo's the new thing to get a tattoo. But like, probably when I'm like 35 or something, or 40 or 50, I probably would.
I'd never regret them. Like, people say, oh, when you're older, your body will be all different and they'll look disgusting when you're 60 and 70. I won't really care. I might not like them anymore because obviously you have a different mind frame 50 years time. Never going to regret them.
Yeah, all the ones I was getting when I was like 15, 16 and eventually turned into a sleeve. I was just getting it all redone and covered over. The back of my neck I had to get redone.
The legal age is 18. What do people think it should be?
I think it should be higher.
I think it should be older, yeah.
Yeah, it should be 21. Now people are 18, they're coming in, like I was saying about the Cheryl Cole tattoo or the Rihanna tattoo. They just see it on a celebrity and they want this tattoo done. They're all like, as soon as they're 18, that's it. I guess people are working, got a bit of money and go, yeah, but they really are going to regret it. I think if you have to wait a little bit longer, you can put a bit more time into it and come up with a better idea than what you initially do. And that's from personal experience because I know I've got some really, really bad tattoos that I thought were great at the time, you know. I think it should be 21. Like 18, just, kids haven't a clue these days.
I think they should bring it down to 16 with an adult.
I think 18's grand. If you can smoke, get drunk at 18, you should be able to scar yourself for the rest of your life.
Or like, it's not like you're drinking or doing anything illegal, it's just you're marking your body.
So how does marking your body work? When you look at a person's tattoo, you're seeing the ink through the epidermis, or the outer layer of skin. The ink is actually in the dermis, which is the second layer of the skin. The cells of the dermis are far more stable than those of the epidermis, so the tattoo's ink will stay in place, with minor fading and dispersion for a person's entire lifetime. But going through these two layers of skin must be painful.
It's not as bad as they
Yeah,
might
I
think,
think-
you know, it never is in the end.
No, it never is. No, they're always like, if you get the best thing is when someone goes, oh, I thought it was going to be much worse, and it's not really. You know, I think if you just smile a lot and talk them down, and you know, just do what you're doing and kind of be talking to them while you're doing it, so they don't notice what you're doing, and then people are generally fine.
However, this is not always the case.
And he puked when I started doing the first one, and I tried to talk him out and said, look, no, look, I don't want to do the other one. Look, I'll clean you up. You know, I'm going to charge you. You know, just come back another day when you're feeling a bit better. You know, that'll heal up really quickly. No, he was adamant he wanted it done, and he was just like, yeah, I'm a rugby player and all this sort of stuff. You know, but
yeah, I got one as well. I'm in the army. I'm well able.
yeah,
like, you know.
The tattoo has gone from a tribal meaning to conforming to celebrity pop culture where anything goes.
I don't know, many times we've been asked for Rihanna stars or Cheryl Cole tattoos.
People just want a sense of individuality, but I think they've been a victim of their own success.
People today don't seem to acknowledge the significance and implications involved with having a tattoo.
Like, I'll get a tattoo now because I'm young and like, oh, tattoo's the new thing to get a tattoo.
But in contemporary society, tattoo culture doesn't seem to be fading away.